Come down here.
Mark out.
So what I did.
You're on.
Call this meeting to order. Welcome everybody. If you could please
Turn your mic on.
okay. Deacon Rob Chinnaman from St. Michael's and All Angels Apostle.
Well,
Stop talking. Deacon Rob Chillman from St. Michael's and All Angels Episcopal Church will give the invocation. If you could all please rise.
Thank you, Mayor. Let us pray. Gracious God, we gather this evening asking for your wisdom and guidance as the leaders of the city of Lincoln Park consider matters that affect the daily lives of neighbors and families. The prophet Amos reminds us, let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. These words have special meaning tonight as this council discusses water rates and the difficult decisions surrounding rising costs. Lord, we ask that you grant our elected leaders wisdom to balance the needs of this city with the needs of its people. Give them compassion for seniors living on fixed incomes, families struggling to make ends meet, and for all those, even a small increase can become a heavy burden. Give those who speak tonight patience and respect. Give those who listen open hearts and open minds. Let fairness guide decisions. Let compassion shape conversations. And let wisdom lead toward solutions that will strengthen this city for all who call Lincoln Park their home. Lord, we ask that you bless the mayor, bless the council, bless all those who serve this city, and bless the good people of Lincoln Park. May everything done here tonight be done with integrity, humility, and spirit of service toward the common good. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please continue standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Certainly. Councilpersons Bear?
Here.
Dupre?
Here.
Nichols?
Here.
Ross? Here. Salcido?
Here.
Zor?
Here.
And Mayor Tobin.
Here.
Thank you.
Well, thank everybody for coming out tonight. I'm looking forward to hearing from everybody. I just want to make a couple remarks. We're going to have quorum here tonight. If everybody would please be quiet while we're speaking, that would be great so we can be heard. I will try to speak up so everybody can hear me, so will the rest of us. We're going to go through the agenda, then we will make a statement, and then we'll get to the citizens' communications. The citizens' communications, you will have 2 minutes because there's so many of you tonight to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
That is council rules, okay? We're not, I'm not going to be interrupted, okay? This is how we're going to do it. There's over 20 of you that want to speak here tonight. 2 minutes is a long time to speak. You can say what you have to say. We will not have a redundancy. Please speak what you have to say. We are listening. We are just as concerned about the state of the water as you are. We need to do the right thing for the residents and the city. We didn't make this decision because we're willy-nilly about it. We made it because we need to keep the city moving forward. So I'm going to move on now with my remarks and start the agenda. So the police had a golf outing this weekend that went really well. This raises money for the community policing so that they can give back to the community, and they did a wonderful, wonderful job. So kudos to our police department. It was very well, very nice. We also had a spaghetti fundraiser that went well. All proceeds went to the Historical Museum. The food was great, and it was really well attended. So thank you, Councilman Nichols and his wife, for putting that on. It went really well. Tuesday Tunes this week has the band 10 Years Gone. Thursdays is Ultrasonic. On September 12th, we have Dogs for Dogs, a fundraiser for the animal shelter. It's from 11 till 3. Please come on out. There will be hot dogs and there will be raffle baskets. Raise funds for the animal shelter. And Rally in the Park is also on September 12th at the community center. Please come out and enjoy that. So now we're going to move on to the consent agenda. The Lincoln Park Days is this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Please come on out, bring the kids, vendors, food trucks, all kinds of stuff going out. So please come on out, enjoy yourselves. It's the 105th year of Lincoln Park Days. So the consent agenda. A, approve minutes, regular meeting, August 10th, 2026. B, approve accounts and claims payable. C, schedule public hearing to vacate the alley.
I'll move.
Support.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Dupre?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next is the MDOT contract. Be it resolved that MDOT contract 26-5133, control section BIP 63000, job number 221146 CON, by and between the Michigan Department of Transportation and the City of Lincoln Park is hereby accepted. Be it further resolved that the City of Lincoln Park share is $0 and that Mayor and the City Clerk is hereby authorized to sign all documents necessary to execute this contract.
Move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on, award bid PPV fan. Resolved that the mayor and council award CSI Emergency Apparatus of Grayling, Michigan to purchase 2 battery-powered PPV fans as they are best qualified bidder that meets all the fire department's specifications and needs. Be it further resolved that $11,690 of the funds to come from CDBG account 249-052-756201.
Move.
Support.
Discussion. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes. Next up is the waive bid to purchase some Tough Books. Chief, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The Police Department is requesting Mayor and Council waive the bid process and grant the Police Department permission to purchase 2 Panasonic Toughbook computers and accessories from CDWG. CDWG has provided a state bid quote for the purchase. The Police Department will be ordering 2 new vehicles that will need new computers and printers for patrol. Those vehicles will be ordered this fiscal year. The total price of the 2 Panasonic Toughbook computers and accessories will cost $11,509.70. This will be paid from the Police Department's computer equipment account with partial reimbursement from the 2023 JAG grant. It is recommended Mayor and Council adopt this resolution.
Whereas the Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting to purchase 2 Panasonic Toughbook computers and accessories. Be it resolved that Mayor and Council authorize the Police Department to waive the bidding process and purchase 2 Panasonic Toughbook computers and accessories for a total cost of $11,509.70 from CDW-G, a qualifying state bid pricing supplier. Be it further resolved, funds for the purchase of the 2 computers and accessories are to come from the Police Department's computer equipment account 101-305-820 with partial reimbursement from the 2023 JAG grant.
Move.
Support.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Chief. Be it resolved that the special event be approved for Chesley's grand reopening to be held on September 12, 2026, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 3717 4th Street under the following conditions. Applicants shall be responsible for cleanup of all debris associated with the event from surrounding properties. Parking restrictions will be enforced in the surrounding area. Fees paid, insurance filed.
Move.
Support.
Before you call the roll, I just want to say that I was asked a question as why this is on here. This is not a recurring event. This is a brand-new event, and all new events have to get approval of council. So that's why this is on here. So, any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Miscellaneous. We have a miscellaneous. Is Elliot Zelnick here?
No, he's
He's on his way.
Carter Center.
Yeah, he's not here yet, so we can move back towards that.
Well, we can just read it, and I can
Okay.
swear him in later.
Okay.
Okay. Resolved that Elliot Zelenak be and is hereby appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals, term to expire 5/1 of 2029.
Move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move on to the city manager's report, our city attorney, Ed Zelnick, is going to read a statement.
Mayor, council has asked me to provide a diary of how,
Can I have quiet, please?
well, that's right, Mayor, I have probably the loudest voice in the house, of how the costs got to where they were and where we are today. And council itself should recall that you held your first public meeting on the increase of water rates in June of 2026. And sadly, no one attended the meeting. Plant Moran made a presentation suggesting that all the rates be increased because council has not in the past acted according to the auditor's recommendations to keep the water fund solvent. The 45-day notice is required by statute. An ordinance was followed, the public was notified, and the vote was taken at the August 10th meeting to increase the rates. Council considered various options, and it pays to note that Plant Moran recommended as far back as 2021, which was a previous mayor and council, previous administration, that the rates at that time be increased 25% across the board. They came back with other options here. And council, as everyone else here, lives within the city, so you know what the city faces here. You know what you've faced for the last 2 years, which is every street being blocked off, busted up, new water lines being run, hose water lines being run to substitute, and the fact that you had to replace all the lead water leads and all the other copper water leads that would lead to a situation similar to Flint. And that's the position the city faces. So the city made a decision, and it was based upon several factors that go into this, and council was presented this on the 25th of June. I'm reminding you that the cost of water purchased increased 19%. The cost of treating sewage went up 59%, I'm sorry. That the labor costs dealing with this went up 70%. That contractor costs for the repair and installation increased 54%, and material prices have increased 71%. City's water fund was insolvent. You can't borrow from the general budget anymore. Water funds are aggregated for water funds. The city once provided a loan, the city must supplement that fund, or the city ends up back into receivership. And that's where council came to make this decision here. And I would think that it's due to lack of historical infrastructure repairs, not just over the last 5 years, 10 years, but the last 50 years, that you ended up with lead lines, you ended up with bad service main breaks, and you recall the winter and the summer, everything that happens on 4th Street and the side streets, all the sidewalks digged up, everything else are all paid for by the water fund for the repairs. And that's why the rates were increased here today. The rates will be here for a period of time. They're branched out certain percentages for large water users, smaller water users, and the explanation that council is providing either by email or mail to those who want it will further discuss that. And all of us who pay the water bills feel the same aggravation at the increase going here suddenly. But it should have been progressive, but I can't blame this administration. You took the bull by the horns when the previous mayor and council neglected their obligations. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Ed. We'll go into the city manager's report now.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to kind of touch on some of the ARPA funding. So we are winding
Get
down.
quiet, please.
We're currently winding down on a lot of the grant timelines. So the 2024 SRF Eagle ARPA funding, so that was $16.3 million that the city received, and that was all grant funding. That was used for sewer lining, cleaning, Emmons and Lincoln pump station upgrades. And then we also had the 2024 water main replacement and lead service lines. That budget was $18.985. So we are in the final stages of getting that work complete. We have until September 15th. We are trying to get a slight extension so we can continue to progress on that work, but we're winding down, getting as much work as we can get done over the next month or so. So again, the majority of these were grant funds, so we did not have to pay them back, so it's been very instrumental. We're also working on spending the city's ARPA funds over the next couple of months. We have a little bit more time on our funding, so we have till the end of the calendar year. Some of these projects left to complete is the City Hall electrical, so that should be done by October. We purchased the pumps for the retention basin, and the generator will be coming in soon. So those are very instrumental projects in ensuring that there's no basement flooding. The pressure reducing valves are now in, so we'll be installing those next month. And then, so these are several key projects that are very monumental to the city. We could not have done these otherwise. This was all federal funding that we were giving as related to the ARPA funds back in 2023 is when we received most of those funds. And then we also have several road projects that have been completed, and we're still in the process on some of those. For full reconstruction projects, Ethel is about halfway complete. Right now, their main goal is getting the area around the school reopened, so they'll continue on that once they get that part done. We also have Arlington, Howard, and Cleveland on the list. And then for resurfacing projects, we had White, Mayflower, and Mill Street that were done this year. And then we also have some funding set aside. We've got that narrowed down pretty well on what we can do for some additional skim coating throughout the fall to try and get some of that done through the winter. So the engineers and some of the crews are out analyzing some of the streets to see how much we can get done with the available funds. So we want to try to spread that out throughout the city and not just hit on one specific area. And then just to kind of touch on that, we have spent about $26.7 million in road funding over the last 6.5 years. So we have done a lot, and that's all Act 51 funds. So that is completely separate from the ARPA funding and separate from water and sewer. That's all given to us through the state funds. That is all I have for tonight.
Does anybody have anything for the city manager? No? Okay, well, in that case, then we're going to move on to citizens' communications.
Building
Oh,
report.
I'm sorry, building report first. Where's Chuck?
Here comes Chuck.
Hi, Chuck. Welcome.
Hi, Chuck.
This is Chuck's first building report, so we are welcoming you with open arms, sir.
Mayor, because he's given his first report, can we add, just to benefit Chuck, that the city has prepared the lawsuit to condemn and tear down the hospital on Outer Drive. Just so
Vibra,
council
yes.
knows that the attorneys took action last week on that.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And Chuck was a big part in that.
Thank you, Chuck.
Oh, you're welcome. Madam Mayor, City Council. As you know, I'm newly appointed to the building department. I came on board as building official in April. And the report that I'm going to give you is a snapshot. Is it on? No?
Yeah, just talk into it.
Okay. It's a snapshot of 6 months from January 1st to July 1st of the inspections and ordinance enforcement. So far, building and permit activity, certificates of occupancy issued have been 18 in that time period, and one of them was Chesney's and Chick-fil-A that you had mentioned. And also Little Brittle's child daycare, a few auto sales and auto renewals, so I won't take up your time with that, but, And permits issued in that time period was 1,546 permits. Can you hear me okay? Okay. And permit inspections that we completed were 11,715 permit inspections. And also, just to note that you did have your building inspector, long-time building inspector, Scott Stover, retired last month, and we had a new building inspector that just recently came on board last week. His name is Jeff Schultz. So he'll make his appearance up here and get introduced to everybody soon. So enforcement actions that have been completed by ordinance officers to date in that time period, 1,862 ordinance enforcements. And then also vacant property applications that were received are 104. So, I'm sorry. My computer wants to... Sorry about that. Huh. Yeah. Well, we have a couple of new developments in the old Sears project that is happening with Phase 3. And as you see, Planet Fitness is taking shape, and it's coming along well. And there's 3 more buildings that are going to be built right next to that. One is Burlington Coat Factory, and the other one is Five Below, and the other one, the third one, is still vacant, not assigned to anybody. We do have the 14 strip store units that are up front by the Chick-fil-A, and within that we'll have a Chipotle and I believe a Verizon store, to name a few. We do have a new UPS store that will be coming in. That'll be on Fort Street, so that's a little exciting. The rental program, the city currently has 2,566 active rental properties, and as you may know, the rentals are certified for a 3-year period, and every 3 years it'll come back up for recertification. We have right now currently this year 194 of those rentals that are in the process of being inspected and recertified, and we also have 320 that have already gone through the process and gained their recertification. So this year, that is 514 of those 2,566 rentals that we have touched. We also have the resale program, and we have resale certificates that have been brought into compliance so far this year of 173. And we have 115 applications that we are currently working and processing through and doing inspections on. So that is 288 resales for so far this year. So a couple of comparisons with 2025 for the same period. The building department completed 8,748 inspections compared with 11,715 inspections in 2016, which represents approximately a 33.9% increase in inspections this year for the first 6 months. And then the permits that were issued by July 1st, 2025, the department issued 2,862 permits compared with 1,546 permits during the same time period in 2026. Even though the permit issuance is down, we are still very busy with rental inspections and resale inspections and the new businesses in the Sears project there. With that, I'll open it up to any questions that you may have.
Anybody have anything for Chuck?
Through the chair, Your Honor, just one quick question. Thanks for being on board, but can you explain real quick in regards to code enforcement? Someone calls about tall grass. How do you guys handle that? And what's the procedure, if they don't comply, what happens, Chuck?
Well, when somebody calls in with a enforcement issue such as tall grass, it'll be, first it'll go through the City of Lincoln Park ordinance officers, which we have 3. and they go out. It's logged into the system. It generates an inspection for the ordinance officer. The ordinance officer will go out, either take a picture or visibly inspect the property. And most of the time, they have printers, so they'll generate a violation or a letter and post it right on the door. If they don't, they'll come back and they'll generate a letter and send it out. Typically, it's about 14 days. They'll do a follow-up inspection on any kind of tall grass or anything like that. And then if it's still not taken care of, there's a little bit more progressive enforcement.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else have anything for Chuck? Well, thank you, sir.
All right, you're
Thanks, Chuck.
welcome.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to citizens' communications. At this time, the first person that would like to speak, you need to come up and state your name.
We're going to start here after you speak. I'm going to please ask that you go out that way. No, we're going to do the people. There's a ton of people you can't see. So most of you guys are seated. I am going to move you around this way. When you're done speaking, please go out that way. You can always walk back around the backside, but I'm going to run a line through here. So anybody here that would like to speak?
And just so you know, this is citizens' communication. You speak to us. We do not answer you. If we feel that we want to say something or direct you somewhere, we will do that.
Were any of you going to speak? Well, up here, sir. And then you guys.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I'm sure everybody want to know the same question about the water.
State your name.
Orlando Ray.
Thank you.
Our water bill's going up. We still having the same issues on our street. Our line is busting on our street 3 times in a year, but our water rates are still going up. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, how did y'all come up with this? Why we weren't able to vote on it? It was just like surprise. Your water bill going up, and it was, it's shocking, so everyone has the same question. I'm pretty sure, like, why? I mean, every single one of y'all up there, we had to vote for you guys in, and y'all tell us what we want to hear. And y'all say that we're going to make things better, we're going to make things lowered, and we spend more money. So.
Just answer. The city attorney just addressed that.
Yeah, I understand it, but that's still.
I mean, that's the black and white of it.
So there, I mean.
2021, they wanted to raise this up by 25%. The council then raised it by 10%. So, yeah.
17.
Not yours. So, I mean, there's nothing that's going to change this whatsoever. I mean, we're just stuck with our water bills and taxes and everything else keep going up. That's what we're hearing. I mean, that's a valid question.
Well, I'm not supposed to answer.
No, you can't. It's his time.
Tell him that.
You'll have time. Mayor and council, this is not dialogue. They address council with their concerns. You'll have an opportunity to respond when it comes to comments from mayor and council. This is their opportunity to speak to the council.
That must be my time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, good evening, Mayor and Council. My name's Robin Goyer, and I've been a resident in Lincoln Park for 45 years, okay? I'm sickly appalled at the fact that the city has let this go on since 1999. Mr. Zelnick happened to be on our lawyer at that time, okay? I know Carrie Kerr was here at a meeting on November 4th of 1999, and at that time, okay, they told us that we had a water loss, okay? If I had a water loss in my home, okay, I think I would want to try and hire an outside company to come and figure it out, not constantly coming in to get Hennessy Engineering or Plant Moran to give you some kind of a model. Let's get a company that actually knows, okay, that can figure out where this water loss is coming from. I know for a fact on my street where I live on LeBlanc, in the wintertime, we had a water main break, okay? That water was running, and I'm not kidding you, for 2 days. Okay, it made a substantial amount of ice build up on my street where people were having a hard time getting out of their homes. I understand, okay, that we have to do something about it, But the mayor and council, okay, previously, or even you, seem to have neglected the fact that we have a water loss, okay? If that's what's raising our rates, okay, then do something about that, okay? Don't stick us with something that's called a READY Act, okay? Because all you're doing is adding to our already bill that we have. We already have on here that we're getting charged for meters. And that's what you're saying this RTS charge is something for water meters, administrative cost, okay? Doesn't our city taxes pay for anything like that? I understand that you don't want it to come out of the general fund. I get it, because we just came out of receivership a little while ago, and we don't want to go back there. But, okay, it seems like some of this stuff that you're charging us for is a double dipping, okay? I mean, if you already have something on your water bill for the meter, why do you want to charge us for the meter again?
And we gotta repair our house if we get that.
Are you speaking?
I am. My name is Jean Hobreck, and I have a question about this ready-to-serve charge. According to this report by Plant Moran, 65 to 90% it's set to recover administration costs. Okay, so once these administration costs are recovered, is the $58.25 going to go away? No, you're going to charge us that for however long, right? And what does that go for? Okay, here it says administration costs, city staff, insurance, accounting, audit, technology.
Don't they already get paid for
that?
Hey,
Please.
Sorry,
don't
like
do
I
that.
said, it's, like she said, it's double dipping. You're 50, I'm a single person. My bill is now going to be over $300. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. And for you guys to have known about this, some of you on the, I have that also, how long you city council members have been on? Okay, Patricia, 2005. Okay, Carrie, 2018. None of you knew about this? No answers?
We're not allowed to add. Tell them we can't
It's
add.
sad.
Their time to address you. You can't interrupt their speach. This is their opportunity to address.
Shame on all of you who have been on this council since this water problem started. Because all of you have sat there, and now we're going to have to pay for it. And none of you, all of you voted for it except for one person. All of you.
Hello, Council. I am a new resident to Lincoln Park as of 2 years ago. I moved in.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Adam Wright. I'm over on Emmons Boulevard. We got these new meters installed, and I did a little bit of digging myself. I figured out that the meters cost from Master Meter and our local distributor of $565 a piece, with a $4 app usage fee. Now, based on my, math on here, we could easily have that paid off, because it's about $8 million is what the city had to drop to get these meters installed. Now, to another point, I don't know if everybody here knows that if you have the app with your meter, you can look at that, and every time that you flush the toilet, you're going to be accruing 1 cubic foot, according to the meter, which is 7.23 gallons per cubic foot. The average toilet uses less than 2 gallons, but I'm going to go with the 2-gallon average with this one. And four flushes a day per household. Based on the figures, that's approximately 2,925 gallons each quarter, which converts to roughly about 391 cubic feet, with your water and sewage rates being combined together. Because we get charged for what comes out of the tap, what goes down in the sewer, plus the fee for the sewer, which approximately is about $56.84 per quarter. But then, that math jumps up again when you add in how many households are in Lincoln Park, which is 14,767 households, with the average of, again, just 4 flushes and that 5-gallon overcharge. Okay? That is $839,376.28 per quarter at the current new rate of $6.31.
Hey, your time is up, sir.
Just one more little tidbit, and then I'll be done. The last yearly total for 1 year of just flushing the toilet 4 times
We have like 50, you can't,
was $3,357,505.12
you had your
per year.
Sir, if you don't leave, unfortunately.
I'll head out now.
After 3 years, there's a problem.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Lisa Sharkey, and I come to you today with a question that is slightly different from all of the other residents. I am a lifetime resident, and I have all the due respect for Mayor and Council, but my question comes to you today. With these increases, can anybody answer the question of, we have our guys working endlessly on these water main breaks, hot weather, cold weather, and they're out there for multiple hours at a time. Is their labor coming out of the general fund, or is that coming out of the water? Should that be coming out of the water, is that something we should not be looking at without labor in the time that they are out there on the streets? That is the end of my question, but it's something our city residents need to think about, and it is a concern with our guys being on the street for as many hours as they are. Thank you.
Hello, Council. My name is Chantel Green, and I'm here tonight because I'm asking the Council to reconsider the size and timing of the water and sewer rate increases scheduled to take place and in effect September 1st. I understand that Lincoln Park has aging infrastructure, operating costs, and significant water loss. I am not suggesting that those problems don't exist. I'm asking whether the residents have been shown enough evidence to justify this particular rate increase, and especially the size of the fixed charge increase. The city's own rate information shows that the water rate is going from $6.003 to $6.31 per unit, and the sewer rate is going from $8.313 to $8.48. Those individual rates are relatively small increases, but the residential meter ready-to-serve charge is where I believe residents deserve much more explanation. The city's rate model specifically emphasizes increasing fixed charges, so I want to know, what specific cost requires this dramatic increase in the fixed charge, and why does that cost need to be recovered from residents immediately? The city also says water loss exceeds 40%. If we are losing more than 40% of the water in the system, shouldn't reducing that loss be one of our first priorities before replacing such a large additional burden on every household? The city is also currently replacing residential and commercial water meters over the next 10 to 12 months. Those new meters are supposed to improve water use control and help identify problems. So my question is simple. Why not get the new meters installed, measure the systems more accurately, reduce water loss, and then reassess exactly how much additional revenue is actually necessary? I also understand that the city hired Plant Moreland to conduct a water and sewer rate study for up to $20,000. The stated purpose was to determine the rates necessary for capital requirements, operations, and maintenance, and to make sure the rate structure is appropriate.
Thank you.
It'll be easier that way, dude. Stay right there at the mic.
Hi, good evening. I'm Heather McGinnis, and my question is I was out there, so I apologize if this was asked before. How can the increase happen without a vote of us residents? One, about our city cans, we addressed them the lid's being torn off, and it's taken 6+ months to get a new garbage can. The roads, is it true that the city got a $1 million grant and there was a $60,000 pickleball court? Where does this all lie? I mean, is this all true? Like, why, if there's a infrastructure of water leak, why are we spending $60,000 on a pickleball court instead of paying for this? Can I ask questions? And do each of you live in the city of Lincoln Park that you can vote this because it doesn't affect you, this water increase? Does each of you live in the city that can vote this? I mean, I'm asking questions. This is not correct because it doesn't affect anybody that doesn't reside here. Thank you, but us that reside here. And our taxes keep going up. Questions, like what's being done with our money? Respectfully, what is being done with our money? Thank you.
Mayor, the one thing, just to make clear, is city council members, elected officials have to live in the community to run for office. And tone down. City council members and elected officials have to live in the community to run for office. That's the answer to the question. You're next.
Yes, I was just down here a few days ago on a water bill. The water bill said $1,700. Okay, I must supply 2 blocks. Yvette Martinez. And I showed him the bill, showing him that it was getting paid, $1,700. Then I got a new bill 2 days later saying $1,700 again. So I must be supplying the neighborhood, you know, the water, okay? And our roads were supposed to be fixed. And I asked you about fixing the road that's right by my house at the EMS. Every time they come over by my neighbors to get one of them, they get stuck because the road is crumbling. The ladies that go to the place next door to me, it's the Eagles, them are veterans. A couple of the ladies almost fell because they're walking with a walker, and you are too lazy to fix the roads. Your men put funnels there saying they're fixing them, and they stay there for months on end, and nobody does nothing. You pocket our money. You remind me of Coleman Young and Kilpatrick. You pocket our money, and you sit on your butt, and you do nothing. Nothing at all. No money. Take the money out your pocket and start fixing what you're supposed to be fixing, our roads, okay? And our damn sewers. You didn't fix my side of my sewer, but you say I own part of the sewer now? I don't want your damn sewer. It don't belong to me. It belongs to the city. You should have fixed that over 70 years ago, but you're taking it out on the people that live here now, wanting us to pay for what you guys should have done a long time ago. So do your jobs. That's why you ain't got no money in your pocket, because you're going out buying stuff you shouldn't be buying when you should be doing what you're supposed to be doing, just like on Southfield. You ain't doing nothing on Southfield. They've been stuck like that for months. You ain't doing a damn thing. Fix the roads and fix the sewers. In fact, I got to have a new sewer put in tomorrow. So that bill that I got here, it ain't even mine. It belongs to you because your sewer's broke, fool.
Hold on a second. Just a gentle reminder to the audience that personal attacks, it's right in the rules for every council, are not permitted. So please avoid those allegations, or they're going to ask you to step aside from the podium.
Hi, my name is Chris Poole. I'm also here to voice my displeasure with the Lincoln Park Water Department. I went through a debacle, $3,500 water bill. They charged me for the meter throughout the year that they said it didn't work. They wouldn't work with me on anything. I paid the whole thing off, and I continued going. This new raise is ridiculous. Have you guys looked at anything else? Everybody here is upset about the bill that they're going to be paying every 3 months. Have you looked at getting rid of recycling, maybe figuring out another way to maybe drop that bill a little bit? I mean, I'm sure there's other things we could do here. I know that you guys can do whatever you want through the amendment or whatever this thing is they handed me outside. But you guys got to do a better job. This is ridiculous. Thanks.
Hi, good evening, City Council and Mayor. I want to start this off by saying
State your name.
Jocelyn Weirwick. I want to start this off by saying most of us have to personally work 7 to 6 days a week to afford to live in this city now. You all have known about this 46% water loss for how long? At least since 2020, and at that point it was a 40% water loss. What have you done to find the actual root of this problem besides looking under I-75 in the creek? It's getting worse, as we can tell, because it went from 40 to 46%. And what are we going to do in another 5 to 10 years when it just gets worse? Are you going to try to increase our bill by another 28%? You are elected officials. You guys as elected officials are not transparent with us. You knew there was a water loss. Not all of us can afford to babysit you and come to these city council's meetings every Monday. We expect that you guys make the best decision for us as residents. And I want to end this by one thing. Lisa Griggs, I am sure you are great at your job. But the fact that you are head of our financial department and city management is a little worrying. And they are worried about it. Our residents do not like that. When your decisions affect us as residents, and they don't affect you because you don't live in this city, you have no repercussions for the decisions that you make. And Tracy, I want to thank you for listening to us and trying to make the best decision for us. And thank you for having a conversation with me, because I've tried to call you a few times, can never get a hold of you.
Please step away.
My name is Sheila LeMay. I've lived in the Lincoln Park City for 30 years. I didn't plan on talking, but listening to people and they're talking about water loss, for weeks on end, I watched water gush out onto 4th Street and Dix that I actually called the fire department to find out if there was broken water main. Is that why our water bill is being elevated, to help pay for the loss of the water that they just flushed out of the system for days and days and days? Can someone answer that question, please?
Can we answer? Yeah.
That water.
That was clean water. It was clean
I want
water.
to cut into your time. That was the water for the replacement, and it's paid by the company doing the repairs. It's metered, and they pay the city for the water.
Oh,
I mean, I made the same call, and Mr. Kazoo will tell you, he got tired of me calling every week. I had the same problem.
I just can't believe that
I
somebody
don't want to
just,
cut into her time here.
without
She has
getting
time.
reimbursed for that. I don't believe it.
No, that's not part of the bill.
It's not part of the bill.
And the city manager does not live in Lincoln Park.
Doesn't need to live in Lincoln Park.
State law, you don't have to. It's a state law.
Yeah.
Good evening, City Council members and Mayor. My name is Kristen Lacey. I just moved here a year ago. My house is 2325 Detroit Avenue, Lincoln Park. Now, just like this young lady said, and I speak to the attorney, I don't have time to come to these meetings. I had to take a day off to come to this meeting after I heard that you guys are just raising up the water for 28%. What happened to the 40% of the water? A lot of residents want to know. Me, as a resident and as a taxpayer, I just moved to this city because I did my research knowing that this city is affordable. Y'all becoming more like Bloomfield Hills. So if I'm going to pay for something like Bloomfield Hills, I might as well move there. Keep on raising up rates, keep on raising out taxes. You're going to lose working class individuals, working class young people out of this city. It's already enough that I'm one of the construction workers that deals with cities. I make cement. My wages can't even keep up on what y'all raising up. I can't even keep up on gas. So y'all want to keep on raising up things? My bill is $324 for a single person. And I don't even use that much water because I'm not even home. So we deserve where's the water went, and we need a cut, and we need a budget. We need a rightful budget. And prove to these residents, prove to us as taxpayers, why are you raising it up? Because this don't make no sense. Something got to give. Or y'all going to lose another resident and another taxpayer. I could take my money somewhere else. So So y'all better figure it out real soon. And it's coming from a working class American, a blue collar class American that's out there day in and day out. I'm getting sunburned trying to afford my life and my family's life. So, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Jesse Sanchez. I've been a lifelong resident, and I realize that we're in a spot where we are because a lot of it has to do with decisions from past leaders and that kind of thing. But, you know, I know all we can do is just make decisions based on where we are right now. So I guess I'm just looking for a recap. I know you guys have probably already covered this in the past, but just looking for a recap. Like, where have you guys looked? Where have you guys not looked? What do you have to do next to get this solved? Because like the rates keep on going up and up and up, and we just can't deal with this. It would be really helpful if we had an end in sight. You know what I mean? Like, we have some target to look forward to. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Michael Jurist. I've been a resident of the city my entire life. My problem with what you guys did isn't the fact that there's an increase. Yeah, everything goes up. We understand that. The way that you did it was the stupidest of the options that you have. Honestly. It makes no sense to charge somebody who uses less more. That's dumb. And your job right now should be the biggest thing. Buying the 40% that's missing. Why am I paying for 40% I'm not using? That's ridiculous. You need to reconsider the way you did this because it's dumb. Thank you.
Can you reset the clock? Thank you. So my name's Tiffany Poole. I'm with everybody here. I'm very upset about the water. However, my question is, you guys sent a letter out when you wanted the meters redone saying you were going to test the water. Has that been done, and do you have the results?
Have the answer. That's probably Mr. Kazoo. Yeah, that's fine. We can answer that when she's done. Let her spend the question.
We'll answer when you're finished.
No, but I'm asking the question. I'm waiting for the answer.
And then you're done speaking?
No, then maybe I'll have another question. I don't know your answer, so I don't know if I'll have another question.
Mayor, this is their opportunity to address council. It's not a call and response.
Right.
We will answer the questions under either your oral reports or direct them to the department head to answer the question. That's traditionally what's done here.
I mean, you sent the letter out saying you were going to have this information, and now there's no information. You didn't test the water, and we don't have an answer?
Who could she meet with? She would meet with Mr. Kazoo or meet with the management office, the water department?
Yeah, so
all right.
you would need to contact the Mr. Kazoo at DPS or contact city manager to find out about the water report.
The only thing is you don't get any calls back from the city. So I guess the thing I will end on, my end comment is you guys are going to do what you want. You're going to raise the water. You're going to screw the citizens. But what everybody watching, and that's here, and you're very rude for keep rolling your eyes at everybody that comes up here. What I'm going to say is that what we can control is making sure that not one of you are reelected again. Shame on all of you.
My name's Tony Jankowski. I live at 680 Clover Lawn. I've been a continuous resident of this city for 53 years, owning 4 different homes. I've been a staunch supporter of the city. Over the years, people have bashed the city. I'm the first one to defend it, tell them they're wrong. Unfortunately, I'm starting to believe that they were probably right. First time ever, I have now made inquiries on how to leave. I can't do this anymore. I understand that a small, older city has budget issues, different property issues, different things to handle. There's numerous small cities, same age, same type of situations around us as there is here. To drop this in our laps the way it was dropped with no information as to what options were available, what was considered. It's one thing to say, this is what you get. Tell us why. Not just a letter saying, oh, here it is, it's yours, live with it. It's the reason that good people who have fought for this city, wanted to stay in this city, are now looking to leave. And honestly, the previous speaker was absolutely correct. I've seen people looking down, rolling their eyes, kind of letting their head back, and I understand it's not easy to sit here and get yelled at. But unfortunately, that's the job you signed up for when you ran for office. So I don't appreciate it. I've paid my taxes every year. I do everything I'm supposed to do. I follow all ordinances and laws. I think we've been last on the list when this situation was addressed. I understand in the past it wasn't addressed well. There's other ways it should have been handled now, rather than just to say, well, they screwed you over, we're dropping it in your lap. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Evelyn Henry. I've been a resident of the city of Lincoln Park for 30 years. Bought my grandmother's house. It dated back to 1927. Perfect example of water loss. I kept hearing water running underneath my basement floor. Couldn't figure it out. The water department was working down the street. I asked them if they could come probe my front yard. They said, yep. They come down, they probed it. They said, yeah, you have water. And I said, well, where do I go from here? What do I do? They said, let it run. And I'm thinking, what's going on with my foundation? You could hear it in the drain sewer next to my neighbors. And then, not this last meter, not the meter before that, the meter before that we got replaced. I never got a bill. I kept thinking, well, where's my bill? Went down to the water department 3 times. They said, well, you got to be getting a bill. No, I didn't get a bill. So, finally I get a bill. It's $2,000. Well, I can't pay $2,000. Sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to pay it or we're going to shut your water off. The whole water department needs to be revamped. I used to work for the city many years ago, and I know there was a lot of fraud then where the guys that worked for the city did something to their meters, so they were getting little to no water bill. It's a pitiful situation. And yes, I don't think that any of you, except for the one person, will be voted in next year.
Yeah, I'm a resident of Lincoln Park, and I've lived here over 20 years.
Your name,
And
sir?
when I first moved here,
Can I have your name?
my name is Mike.
Your full name, sir.
I don't want to give my last name.
You can't speak, it's a...
I'm concerned about retaliation, to be quite honest.
I need your full name.
Moved here, this city
Pat.
looked nice. You go around now, there's garbage everywhere. Go over to Fort and Southfield. Okay, shut me up. No, that's all right. Hey, I've been harassed by cops before. If I say my name, they'll harass me.
It's...
Everybody outside of the room, if I miss somebody, please move around to the door. We're going to start in the back row for anybody who wants to speak. Anybody in the back row that wants to speak.
The rules, what do you want me to do?
Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Marion. I am a resident and a business owner, the oldest business in Lincoln Park. I have a $3,360 water bill this month. Last time. The increase will be $4,327 next year, or the next bill. By the end of this, we're looking at almost $6,000. I have 4 employees. My family has been here from day one. I mean, I'm a lob. If you know me, I hope. I don't know what we can do to sustain this. I don't know if any of you ever reached out to any of the businesses to see how this would affect them. I haven't heard any other business owners get up and say anything, but my coolers run off water, and I do try to save as much as I can, but obviously I can't use it all. But what can be done to help me as a business owner stay in the city? I own a whole block. My taxes were as much as this bill that I just paid. My city taxes were as much as this bill. And it's not going to drop, it's just going to keep going, going, going. You're going to chase me out of my livelihood and my business, what I love. What can be done? What are you going to do? And if you want a copy, I have copies for you all.
Hand them to Jason and he'll hand them down. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Kathy Curvin. I'm a Lincoln Park resident. I wonder if, since the Supreme Court ruled in your favor to do this, can we, as residents, get the Supreme Court to reverse this? Is it possible we can get a state audit going to find out why this money has to be recouped when it's been a 10-year problem and it hasn't been addressed in 10 years? You all have sat there and watched us. You hit us with a 28% increase. Lincoln Park already has enough blight, homelessness. You are going to lose residents because people are not going to pay the kind of monies that you're asking us to pay and stay and remain. I think that something needs to be done, and I think you guys are the ones that are supposed to do it. And I agree. There should have been more put out so that the residents could have voted this in or out, not just handed it to us and said, here you go, come up with the money. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know any of you guys personally, but I've been here since 1999. And
State your name, please.
Jennifer Chandler.
Thank you.
And I find it appalling that we're paying higher bills than places like River Rouge and Ecorse. That's ridiculous. You know, everybody is paying lower bills but Lincoln Park because we have a water leak. Other cities have water leaks, and I'm sure they don't raise their bill that high on the residents. You guys, like they said, you guys all have been here all these years and keep asking us to vote you back in, but you keep doing the same stuff to us. You promise us everything's going to be better, and yet we're in a worse sinkhole. Our street, we've been there since 1999. No one, none of you guys have set anything around our neighborhood to be fixed. No water lines or any of that stuff. We got the stupid new meters, but we don't want to pay for it. Isn't that y'all's responsibility? Is that why you moved them into our house, to make it on our property so that we're responsible for paying for this stuff? I mean, come on, Lincoln Park. You guys should know better. We voted you in. We're definitely all going to vote you out. Except for Tracy.
Hello, my name is Michael Horvath. I was born and raised in Lincoln Park. I bought the house from Mom and Dad in 1997. I'm pretty well known to all the members and a lot of people in the city. I know the city has gone through a lot of difficult times back from the 80s, 90s, 2000, where a lot of poor mistakes were made. This water bill increase is shocking and disturbing, especially considering the low use and the high use. But to me, the one thing that seems not to be getting addressed, which absolutely must be addressed, is that 40% loss. So I'm just asking, do your resources, do your things, find the loss, improve it, because I know a lot of the city's been replaced and is continuing to be replaced, but it doesn't seem to be improving. So please, everything you can do legally to find the leaks, do it and stop them. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dina Q. I've been here for 12 years. I'm not here to point blame or argue. Increases happen, but I'm a caregiver for senior citizens, and I've been in houses that have they can't afford. Like, I've been in a trailer that had no running water. I've been in situations that I've had to pay bills and struggle and stuff with my caregiver and with my people I care for. So I can't imagine the senior citizens that are on fixed incomes affording the increases. We could hardly afford it, and I'm working 7 days. 7 days. My husband works, and it's hard for us. We're struggling and everything. That's all I have to say.
The second row from the back, does anyone wish to speak? Okay, come on up.
Okay. I'm just very upset. My name is Rachel Maris. I had a brain aneurysm and stroke in October, and now can barely freaking afford anything nowadays. And then this outrageous water bill that I gotta have paid before Wednesday was over $1,000, and I have to pay over $400-something by Wednesday, so don't get shut off. And I'm just sick of this shit. It's annoying, but the city can try to send me a bill for vacant lot next door. They repaired the sidewalk, and I got the dang bill. I had to bring my handicapped self up here, and one thing you guys should address people here, just because you look okay, maybe you're not okay. You should address, for people that have special needs, coming up all these stairs. I think that's it, because I don't want to try and go to jail.
I don't want to take you. Make it quick.
I gotta say this, my niece just purchased a house, hasn't even been there a month, and her water bill's over $700. Yeah, ridiculous.
Hello, my name is Kim Martin, and I'm here to support all of my neighbors here, but I'm also here for another reason. Me and Teresa Lipinski have worked tirelessly to bring this rally in the park to life, and we are so disappointed in the city and mayor that none of you have supported this event. Not one thing on Facebook, nothing on your city website. You've promoted every other event in the city but Rally in the Park. Rally in the Park brought in almost 2,000 people last year. It was an awesome event. Most of you city council members showed up for it. We had people begging us to do it twice, once in the spring and once in the fall. But yet we have not heard any one of you announce it at the city council meeting. How disheartening is that for us? We have put in countless hours to bring this thing to life, and it's just me and Teresa. We're not asking to take credit for this. We're asking for the support of the city, because all the proceeds are going to the Lincoln Park Fire Department for a safety town in honor of our fallen firefighter, Adam. But you guys can't support that. That's very disheartening. I don't know what else to say to you guys. Finally, the mayor just announced it tonight. That was the first time we've heard it. And we have been doing this, we started organizing this again last October, 1 month after the last one. So all we're asking for is for you guys to give us some support and to support your department here in the city. That's all we're asking, and we can't even get that.
My name is Linda Chavis. I moved here 4 years ago and bought a house. I was renting in Wyandotte. Now everything has gone up. Why am I, a single person, going to have to pay 28% more for water than a household that has 4 or 5 people in it using more water than me? I'm going to have to probably sell my house and move out of this city if it keeps going up. I can't afford it. And it's a shame. We come to the city, we buy a house, we want to stay here. I grew up in this city, and I cannot afford the raises that you guys keep doing. You should have let the citizens know, and you should have let us vote. That's what all I'm saying.
speak in this middle? Third. Is there anybody in the second from the front? Wants to speak?
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, and Administration. My name is Nicholas Craven. I live down the street, Lafayette, by the school. I'm here tonight to ask for vital information to be published with agenda materials such as bid comparisons, justifications for bid waivers, and funding sources whenever that's practical. But also I'd like to ask what measurable reduction in water loss does the city expect from the meter replacement program, and how will council measure the program to make sure it achieves just that moving forward? And is there any intent to publish detailed metrics such as the number of replaced meters, the number of defective meters, and that estimated reduction in loss? If I have time, one last thing I'd like to bring to attention is that the low usage users ultimately pay more into the deficit than high usage. Given the 58.26 increase divided by your units that you used, low usage will always be paying more. The old flat fee rate was $9.21, and it's now $58.26. I don't believe a person trying to save water already should be penalized for it. And I yield my time back to council.
Good evening, my name is Yasmin Alexandru. As you can see, I'm a new mom, I'm newly married, and a first-time homeowner. My husband and I bought our first home in Lincoln Park back in August of 2024. I'm a teacher in a public school, and my husband works in a factory. My husband and I make a better than average living, yet we still are living paycheck to paycheck. This city has made it impossible for a fresh new family to get ahead. Late last year, 3 months before I gave birth to our first child, we saw our mortgage increase substantially, $500 to be exact, due to our property taxes. Then a few months later, we received what quite possibly was the biggest water bill us and our families had ever seen. For 2 adults, our water bill had more than doubled, $415, 1 month after bringing a new life into our family. For a new mother on maternity leave and a new father working 16-plus hour days, all these bills seemed unfathomable. You have all made it impossible for a family to live comfortably. What a sad fact that a young couple doing what's supposed to be right and normal now have to work 10 times harder just to pay our bills. The neighboring city's residents, Southgate, which, by the way, has seen brand-new roads, new city fields, updated public libraries, updated public parks, etc., are absolutely floored when they hear what we are paying just one street over. For those of you who don't know, a family of 4 pay no more than $150 for water every 3 months, and a mother of 2 with a pool that runs all summer long pays not even close to $200 for her water. So my question is, what is our money going to? You claim an unknown water leak, one that you just can't seem to find, and then old infrastructure. You're expecting your residents to pay for your negligence. Well, where's my tax dollars going? You're pushing your residents out. You are, and I'm calling for a stop to this increase. You take enough of our money and enough of our valuable time.
Shyla Henry. I would say good evening, but it is not one. Stop balancing the city's budget with our wallets. If money needs to be found, maybe you need to look where the money you already have is being wasted, or review some of these salaries and make cuts across the top. I'd rather see that before I see myself or my neighbors being priced out of our homes over a basic necessity like water. Lisa Griggs does not live here, but makes decisions for the people who do. She's making nearly $200,000 a year, while 1 in 5 of our residents are living in poverty.
Do it. You still can't do that. No. You're out of order. It is legal for her not to live in this city. It has no bearing on these proceedings.
I stopped it.
And she has a right to say it.
Yes.
Order, please. Order.
Mayor, I'm going to repeat. Personal attacks include individuals in the audience, people seated here.
Order.
This is not a church where call and response is expected. Personal attacks are not allowed whether it comes from your seat or the other. Respect the individual speaking and the individuals who are up here, please.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
People talk when people talk.
Yeah, you can't blurt out. When someone's on the podium, you cannot blurt out whatever you want. Let them speak and be quiet. Let them have their turn to speak. Thank you.
Okay. 1 in 5 of our residents are living in poverty. You all need to seriously reconsider this increase before that number gets any higher. And I know the mayor has been busy promoting band shows, but we have far more pressing issues. This city is on a steep decline and something needs to change fast. We all want to know who, what, where, when, why, and how. Because you work for us. We the people. So, not the other way around. Minus Tracy, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. If you don't start acting in the interest of the citizens you were elected to represent, and then come election time, I hope we all remember this and vote accordingly. And while I'm at it, I want to bring up the trash cans. Somebody needs to tell Priority, you break it, you buy it. Then, there are more roads in this city with less concrete left on them than... Okay.
Take a breath.
There are streets in the city where more pavement is missing than what's actually left. That isn't fixing the problem by putting cold patch on it, because it comes back worse than before. So, how about we get that under control? And then we have issues with the trash pickup still, so why don't you keep your word and hold money from those contracts? And remember who you work for. I've seen you roll in your eyes. I've seen you roll in your eyes. Half of you look like you're falling asleep up here. This is your job. Do it.
Is that everybody in the second row that wanted to speak? Larry, you going to speak?
Good evening, Council and Mayor. My name is Belda Garza, and I just want to say that I really think that this meeting should have been moved to a bigger location, so all the residents would have been able to speak and be comfortable. I am also concerned with the increase, especially for the senior citizens. And I know you had a study group, but I think what should have happened is you should have had a town hall meeting with Plant Moran being there, so he could have addressed a lot of the issues that the residents have here tonight. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michelle Stone. I live over by the Youth Center Park. I am on Social Security. I have a fixed income, and my water bill has been just going up and up. They said at one time it was because I had a leak. I fixed it. It just kept going up and up, and I don't know why. I'm on a fixed income. I can't afford this. I had a $378 water bill. I can't pay that with all this, so I have to keep getting on your payment plan, which is so much a month. And it's just hard. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I get paid once a month, so, it's hard. But that's all I mean, I just don't understand what's going on here. And my mom and dad have lived here since so many years. We've lived here. We've been Lincoln Park residents for over 50 years. And, I'm going to have to leave. I can't afford to live here anymore. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
I'm Phoenix McGregor, and I grew up here in Lincoln Park and bought my house here in 2002. There's a lot going on in the world right now. People are hurting. And we know that a lot of what's happening is not just here in Lincoln Park, but what makes a difference is how you handle it. Many cities are facing infrastructure issues and will over the next decade, but how you all handled this was not okay. It's not okay. And I just want to say that I second the speaker before me that said that a town hall needs to happen. You all are currently in this meeting in violation of the Open Meetings Act because you have dozens and dozens of people outside that cannot hear what's happening in here. Okay? This information is not specialized information. I have never held a city position and I understand this information. You all should know this. Okay? So at this point, I'm recommending that you all reschedule this meeting for a town hall size space, or you'll continue to be in violation.
Everybody was in the room that wanted to speak? Mike, there anybody else up there? I think I got a couple over here. Well, yeah, I've already gone through the back. Well, I think I had a couple back here. Do you guys wish to speak? Sure. Come on up, sir.
How much time do we get?
It's up on the clock over there.
Perfect. 2 minutes?
Yeah, she said.
Relax, I'm working on it.
Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Angelo Gargarello. I'm a local activist from Melvindale. My small little town is facing the same issue. We ask the same questions over there. So to the residents, I'd keep it up. Be here every time they hold a city council meeting. Everybody up there, I've seen smiles, I've seen laughter, and it's not funny. It's nothing about this. I don't get it. I look up, I see public servants. You all signed up for the position. You all, right now, in the eyes of the people that put you there, are failing. I have not seen many of you at GLIA meetings. Great Lakes Water Authority. I'm pretty sure you all know what that means. And if you don't, you need to look into it and you need to start attending their meetings. If it's not your guys' fault, if you're going to push it off on GLIA, I want to see each and every one of you there, just like I tell my own city council. Give the people what they need back. Don't violate their rights, because I've seen multiple right violations tonight, and I am a constitutionalist. You took away the people's voices tonight, and that was wrong. I don't know what gives you the right to speak and silence others. That is against our Constitution, an oath each and every one of you made to protect that document. And I applaud the people that came here tonight and are voicing their concerns. They are exercising their rights. So you need to tell these people at the end of the meeting, when it's your time to speak, what is going to happen, what is your action plan, and what do you vow to do for them? To the residents, I'm with you 110%. I live in a city that's facing the same thing. And I hope that your council takes this matter as serious as you are addressing it tonight. Thank you, council.
Who's left? I think it's your time.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Roxanne Smith, and I've lived in this city for 50 years, first as a renter, then a home buyer. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm here, I listen to the love, the passion, and the well-calculated education that these people gave you on different figures, their lives, and their stories. My heart goes out to them. I worked in the medical field. My passion was to help that patient and their family, and this is your job to help your citizens that love this city. They're here because they love it. But please, when you go home tonight and you guys reunite again in another meeting, try to find a solution, because I want to come back and I want to say every single one of you were our heroes that got us out of this mess. So please, pull on your heartstrings, find a solution for this so that you can give us a good resolution of all of this in the very, very near future, because we do love Lincoln Park. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Is that everybody now that wanted to speak? All right, I thank you guys for cooperating.
Can I ask one more question?
I think you already spoke to.
Yeah, I can ask one more question?
No, you already spoke to. Did I miss somebody? I'm sorry, come on up.
Hi, my name is Maria Smith. I understand that the infrastructure costs money. I'm standing here because I have a problem with you asking Lincoln Park residents to pay more for basic necessity. When we're looking around our city, we ask ourselves, where's the investment, where's the improvement, and where's the accountability? You guys all sit up there, rolling your eyes, miserable. Our water rates are going up. Our residents are looking at streets, neighborhoods, apartments, public buildings, and cities that's struggling. We're struggling. Lincoln Park is Delray of Downriver. Where has our money gone? Where exactly are we getting for this increase? What are the measurable improvements we will see? And why should families who are already struggling expect to carry the burden of years of infrastructure problems that has not been resolved? Because the reality is, the water bill isn't an option. We can skip going out to eat, cutting off our cable services, but when we have to shower, bathe our kids, use water, that's not a necessity. We need that. It's a need. We need it. We shouldn't have to struggle. Everyone in Lincoln Park needs to stand together and show them who we are.
Did I get everyone? Okay. Did you want to speak? Come on.
Hi, my name is Chris Woodley. My family's been in this city for 60 years. These water prices are ridiculous. I want to thank you, Tracy, for doing what's right every single vote, not just this vote. Last time they raised it, you did what was right. We voted in dispensaries, nobody wanted them. She went out of her way, not even being a member, to make sure we got the dispensaries that we voted for, so that River Rouge didn't get all our money. I would rather be paying River Rouge's prices down than be paying Lincoln Park's. This is outrageous. Everybody knows somebody and it's special treatment. My next door neighbor put a fence on a lot. She pulled the permit for it 2 doors over. You know what she told me? I know people, it's okay. Your inspector came out and inspected it and approved it. There's no permit for that lot. The permit is for the house next door. Something's not working here, and I hope every one of you, except you, Tracy, get voted out this year.
Is that it back there?
Anybody else want to talk?
That's it, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Ed?
After council reports, Your Honor, I'm going to give council.
All right.
Council gets report.
Well,
Unless you want me to say something now.
we're going to close out the citizens' communications at this point. Right now, we go to oral reports of the mayor and council. I'm just going to say a few things. I understand how you all feel, and I also want you to understand this is not something that we wanted to do. I understand you're angry. I'm not happy either. I want you to know that all your feelings and how you feel about myself and us up here right now is, you need to understand that we are dedicated to serving this city. We sit here because we want the best for this city, and we always have, and we always will. And you might not believe that, but part of our positions are serving the residents, and the other hand is serving this city, to make sure this city keeps going and the residents keep going. So it's a very, very difficult decision. So,
Mayor,
Yeah, you know, I'm just going to say a few
Mayor, I
things.
just want to advise the audience, just because council showed the respect and didn't interrupt, please follow the same rules of decorum. Ma'am, this is not, you're not in a church where I'm the preacher and you're
No,
responding.
we're just going to go into the communications of the council.
Just do not
Ed, did
interrupt.
you want to make a comment?
My comment is, council can make decisions, make them based upon the sound evidence. Council can change or alter decisions based upon what your studies may show. And contrary to what may have been presented, I've examined other communities, and the rates are about consistent with neighborhood communities you balance with. They have what their tax rate is and the services. Irrespective of that, you've heard what the audience said here tonight. You take that into consideration as you act as legislators, because all 7 of you are legislators. What the clear point I need to make here is so you can finish your report, because you're as sincere as the individuals at the podium. Don't cut the mayor off. She didn't cut you off. Respect her like she respected you. Do the, ma'am, hold on. We're not in church. You're not responding to the preacher. Keep it down. The purpose here is to run an orderly public meeting, and that's why you're here. This may be the first time you've come to a meeting. I didn't stop and stand and interrupt you when you spoke unless you violated the rules of order and the parliamentary procedure. Respect the individual speaking up here, as they did not interrupt you when you were speaking either. And I will ask, Mayor, I will ask if they are out of order, that you treat them as they have over the past 100 years in this city, that they follow the rules, or that they get exited out if they don't. And that's only fair, because this is a public meeting.
Well, let's go. Wow.
Yeah.
Folks, just
Yeah.
remember November, folks.
I was going to talk about how we find the water.
Y'all lost your jobs.
Okay. I was going to comment on how we are looking for the water loss, because we have been diligently looking. We bought the equipment to find the water loss. We hired 3 employees and trained those employees. They found some water loss, nothing significant. We hired a company to come out, a very well-known company, who diligently went through this city looking for water loss. They found 1 significant leak and some other leaks. We don't have that data yet to report to you. But that data, along with the new water meters, when the final meter is installed, will all come together and give us a new perspective on how much water loss and how much all this is done to improve that water loss. This has been going a 3-year project, and we are working on it, and we are doing our due diligence to find this water loss. So we all think we're not doing anything, but we are working very, very hard to find it. We're doing everything we can to correct this. In the meantime, we have to make the decisions to make sure that we have the funds in the water department that supplies moving this city forward and keeping water coming to your homes. And this is how we have to do it. It's been going on for years and years, and no, we're not responsible, but that's not important. Because what's in the past is in the past. What's important is getting the water to your homes, getting clean, safe water to your homes, a system that works, that delivers this water. And we have to have it funded to get there. And that's part of this decision that we've had to make. In 2021, they wanted to raise this by 25%. The council in 2021 raised it by 10%. It's 15% loss right there for 6 years. That was affecting the funding of this system and the ability to keep making the improvements the system needs. We are trying. We are not trying to rip you off. We are not trying to put you in dire straits. We are trying to keep this city moving forward and doing things correctly. So in 6 years from now, you're not even in a worse position. We care about the city. We care about you. And that's all I'm going to say. And now I'm going to call on Carlos to make his report.
Thank you, Mayor. And I do respect everyone's passion and the love of the city. I can feel it, and I always knew that. Being a homegrown Lincoln Parker myself, I feel for you all. The only thing, the facts I want to bring in today is since 2020 to this date, actually, we've had 951 water leaks. I was at the DPS on Friday. They were working on a water leak there. The infrastructure, yes, we've made repairs to some of the cities with liners. And as the city attorney said earlier, in 1990, probably the late 80s, early 90s, infrastructure should have been a priority.
for this administration. None of us here at this table is responsible for the failure of the infrastructure. We're an Asian city. We have been addressing it. We brought in a company, a well-known company, to detect water losses. I-75 was capped off years ago. And I'm sorry that we're in this also. I live here too. I pulled my garden, my cucumbers. I can't water it no more. But I'm going to sacrifice that. But that's all I have to say for now. But anyway, I did want to speak. Teresa Lipinski and Kim Martin, they emailed me earlier in the week, and I told them that I would mention the rally in the park on September 12th. They're going to have 2 bands, Flipside. The Detroit Drive is going to be there. A DJ, Tim Ames and Company. It's going to be raffles, gift baskets, a photo booth. This was a fun adventure for the families last year. So hopefully it'll be on our Facebook page. Please attend. Also, as the mayor mentioned, we have Lincoln Park Days this weekend coming up. And finally, someone mentioned the trash can lids. I currently have 8 screws, some duct tape on my lid, waiting for a replacement also. So I hear you all. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Lillian?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you all for coming tonight. And it is disappointing that you have questions and that we cannot answer them. But I want to show you where you can get answers, okay? Everybody asked a lot of very good questions. This is our website. And right on the home screen, you're going to see water and sewer rates. If you scroll down, you're going to see additional information. I want you to know that if you click on additional information, you're going to find even more documents that will answer your questions. You've got City of Lincoln Park utility rate model. You got the adoption of the water and sewer rate fees cover letter and resolution. And you have a water and sewer rate press release. That press release is very detailed and it answers most of your questions. We're all residents as well. So we feel your pain. We're in it too. But this was the fiscally responsible thing to do. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Tracy?
Glad to see everybody tonight. Don't be strangers. Keep coming. We have issues. You have issues. We need communication. We need to do that. It's very important for us to know what's going on with you and you to know what's going on with us. And with that, I would like to thank our first responders and all city employees for keeping us safe and moving. Enjoy what the city does have to offer, the farm market on Sundays, music on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Lincoln Park Days this weekend, and I hope to see you there, and good night and God bless. I'm
Jason?
Yes.
Go ahead, Jason.
Thank you for everyone showing up. We all feel your pain. We all want things to get better, and that's what we're going to continue to work towards. Thank you.
Eric?
I'd just like to say thank you, everyone, for coming out. I do hear your concerns. I want you to know I am a retired auto worker, mechanic. My wife worked for the airlines. She's sick. I feel it. I work diligently to find solutions, to fix our problems. And I go back to our leaders, and I bring them all the time. And I'm constantly looking and working to find solutions. To say that we're not doing anything, I'm sorry, but I'm out there, and I do work very hard for the city. When River Drive was flooding, I stood out there in the rain and listened to everyone's concerns and wrote down everything that they told me and brought it to the next council meeting. And I still stay in communication with everybody on River Drive that had basements flooded. and they communicate with me. To say that we don't do the hard work is very difficult to hear. And I know it's not perfect situation. There was a process. I also wish to recognize Andrew Troger of our fire department for 6-year anniversary in July. With that, I'd like to say good evening, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Eric.
Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys coming out. Nice to see you guys more often than just once. Would have been nice to see a lot of you guys at the study session we had, because we had two people. Mr. Kudrak was one of them, and another nice young lady. So I understand it's hard, but I said this from the beginning, I'm going to say it again. Facebook is not an official request to get actions from your elected officials. Either contact the city, contact us through email, because we will not respond on Facebook. It is not an official posting. So please, if you have an issue, all of our emails are on the city website. Contact one of us, and if you don't get a response, contact another, because that's what we're here for. We can't counsel the city if the city doesn't come to us officially with problems. I understand it's frustrating. I work 4 jobs. This is my 3rd of 4 jobs. I take care of my in-laws as my 4th job. I sell auto parts for 56 hours a week, plus I Grubhub. But I still manage to get out here in the city and help everybody. I got 400 hours of community service usually a year, helping with different events, and I understand it's hard. But if you don't communicate with us properly, we cannot respond. We don't know what's going on if you guys do not tell us. I don't go on the Residents in Lincoln Park page. I don't go on Downriver and Friends. I go to the people that come to me or contact me or call me or see me in the city while I'm walking around. That's how we can communicate. So please, another thing about Facebook, if you're going to report, you're going to ask your neighbor, hey, do you got water? No. Do you got water? No. Do you have water? If you don't have water and you didn't receive a shut-off notice, there is an issue. Contact the city immediately. The longer people wait to contact the city about the water loss, water pressure, or a weird smell, that means water's pouring underneath the ground somewhere, and we need to get that fixed. So that's a small area where everybody can help. So if you have an issue with your water, please contact the city immediately. Don't go to Facebook, don't ask your friend or your neighbor if they have water. If you have not received a shut-off notice and they have not come to your house, please, I've been begging you guys for a year and a half now, report it immediately. It is pretty straightforward. You report it, they'll send a crew out. You might be 3rd in line for a water main break, because we do have a lot of water main breaks throughout the city. It's just a fact, unfortunately. So please, do that. Go out and see the rally in the park, September 12th. Before that, come see us at the animal shelter, September 12th, 11 to 3. Support the animals. Support Kim and Teresa and the lovely rally in the park. And I just want to say that we had a spaghetti dinner, and it raised almost $1,300 for the museum. They run a lot on a small budget, so get out, support your local stuff. Everybody be safe driving home. Everybody's in the stairwell and coming out. Please be patient with everybody. There's an elevator to my right as you exit the door, 2 staircases, but please be careful. There's no rush. We don't need anybody falling down. And if anybody needs assistance out of the building, please let us know. Thank you.
Clerk, can I call for adjournment?
Support.
Adjournment.
Who supported that?
I did.
We all supported. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes, adjourned at 8:44.
Good night, everyone.